Hello and welcome to the Curly Bookworm. I'm sorry about the irregular videos for the 100th time. I'm sorry. It's just not been possible. I've been traveling for a month and a half now and I'm in Singapore at the moment because I've just started a new job and it's like mad fun, but it's also crazy busy. But I felt compelled to come and join in on something called 3-in-1 reads. This is my first 3-in-1 reads, which I'm super excited to do. The cool thing about 3-in-1 reads is essentially you get 3 recommendations for one particular thematic topic, and it's super fun. I love watching other people's 3-in-1 videos, so I'm hoping that this one will be helpful to you. So this month's topic is basically books that made you lose track of time. Probably the last person who is putting it up, but I am excited about doing it anyway. The first book that I want to talk about is The Martian. The Martian is, as you know, also a movie. If you've watched it, good for you. If you haven't, then you should definitely read the book before you watch the movie. This book has Mark Watney as our protagonist. Mark Watney is an astronaut come botanist who has been sent on a mission to Mars, and there's this major sandstorm and everybody packs up and leaves, but because of the sandstorm he's not able to leave and he's kind of been left behind and everybody assumes that he's dead, except now Mark Watney has to figure out how he's going to survive on Mars, which, as you can tell, is kind of challenging. So Mark goes about this by trying to grow things, by trying to understand the planet, how to recreate food, blah blah blah. And there's this extremely interesting journey. One tip that I will give you is that although I did mention the movie, do not check out the trailer because I felt like the trailer of the movie gave half the movie away. The other tip that I'll give you about this book is that it can get sci-fi from time to time, but that's more sciencey, but that's more like it only in the first 50 or 75 pages. Just get through the first 50 or 75 pages and I promise you it gets so much better and so freaking exciting. I read this book in a day and I could not stop reading it, and I was on Mars with Mark Watney trying to grow things and survive on Mars and feel like, I'm the king of Mars along with him. It completely made me lose track of time, of place, of all of that. So you should definitely pick it up. The second book that I want to talk about today is The Nightingale. I gave this book a 5 on 5 as well as the first book. I have talked about this in my wrap-up, I think in my June wrap-up, where I had this amazing reading month, which hasn't happened since, by the way. The Nightingale is a historical fiction book which is based in around the World War time, and it's based on 2 sisters who live in France, 2 sisters who have absolutely opposite personalities. One who is married, has a daughter and has her husband go away to war, and the other one who's merely 19 years old and is extremely revolutionary, and her sister on the other hand is extremely like housewifey and like a homebody and stuff. What is really cool about this book is that both their perspectives on what is going on with the war and whatever's going on around them is really interesting. The bonding between the 2 sisters, or the lack of, is interesting. The relationship is interesting. The relationship with the world and how France felt at that point was really interesting. And also the younger sister's involvement in what happens with the war ultimately is really interesting. I don't want to give anything away, but I have to tell you that I love that younger sister. She's so amazing and I want to be her, just saying. It's a great book. This is also going to be made into a movie and I think it's releasing next year. Again, I read this book in one sitting, in over one whole day, and I just could not put it down. I was completely absorbed in World War II France, which is just not a good place to be, but I loved this book. It was a great story, it was a great narrative, everything. Just pick it up. So the last 2 books that I've talked about are essentially books that I've read in the recent past, which I have been absorbed in. But while I was thinking about this theme, I thought of this one book which I read a long time ago. I was thinking, what is the first book that I couldn't get out of and lost track of time for? I feel like there have been so many, I don't even know how to sort of list them, but I remember so clearly that I had an exam the next day, I think in college, and I was reading the Vinci Code by Dan Brown, and I just could not put it down, you guys, because it was just like compelling. I was in that world. For those of you who don't know what the Vinci Code is, it has Robert Langdon as its protagonist, who is woken up one day and told that the curator at the Louvre has kind of died, and he's been asked to come and consult because there's a whole bunch of symbols on his body. This leads to him discovering a bunch of really weird and hidden clues, which are symbolic and which are hidden in all of Leonardo da Vinci's works across. And so he and a couple of people start looking, and it's one of those like, oh my god, I can't put this book down. I think I read it up till like 4 in the morning and finished it, and then like went really bleary-eyed to the exam. I did pass, I do remember that, so yay. Anyway, so I have to go now. I will be trying to make more videos now that I'm in Singapore for a month or so, but thank you so much if you've been coming here and checking out my videos. Thank you so much for coming in, for leaving your comments. I'm really enjoying all the conversation on the comments and stuff like that, so keep leaving comments. Leave comments on this video as well, and share this video and like this video if you liked it. I will be going now. Bye bye.